Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to my fellow friends, the handsome guests. My name is Ahmad bin Syari, and today I will be the host. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for being able to join us on this beautiful Saturday morning in Shah Alam right now, where I live. It's a sunny. I don't know where you guys live. It's a sad. Don't be sad. If it's raining, don't be sad, you guys, because there's always a silver lining behind. There's always a silver lining behind a cloud. Betul. So, so today we have a special guest today. They are from Magic and Student Ventures. They will be sharing information regarding a startup. And for those who are wondering, a startup is where one or more entrepreneurs they develop a product or service with a small model in the early phase. So to make it for them to sustain, they venture out to look for investors to support them. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all raise our hands and pray in our respective religions so that our ceremony will be blessed and will run smoothly.
Assalamualaikum. Let us begin with Assalamualaikum. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, hanya padamu sahaja kami panjangkan kesyukuran atas segala rahmat dan berkat-Mu. Bersempena dengan majlis pada hari ini, kami memohon inayah dan taufik-Mu. Kurniakanlah kesejahteraan dan kebahagiaan kepada kami. Bukakanlah hati-hati kami, lapangkanlah dada kami supaya kami dapat mengisi ilmu dan pengetahuan yang berguna untuk agama, bangsa dan negara. Ya Allah, ya Rahman, ya Rahim, kami memohon kepadamu agar engkau berkati majlis ini dengan limpahan rahmat-Mu. Semoga segala usaha kami dalam menjayakan majlis ini mendapat keredaan dan hidayah-Mu. Sesungguhnya pada hari ini kami berkumpul kerana-Mu, ya Allah. Kami berkumpul untuk menimba ilmu, bertukar pendapat, menyumbangkan buah fikiran, menghubungkan silaturahim dan memberi sokongan ke arah meningkatkan lagi prestasi jabatan kami. Ya Allah, ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram. Kami memohon kekuatan dari hadrat-Mu, ya Allah, supaya kami yang hadir pada hari ini, agar kami dapat sedikit sebanyak manfaat untuk dijadikan bekalan pada masa hadapan, ya Allah. Lancarkanlah majlis ini, ya Allah. Berkatilah majlis ini, ya Rahman. Ya Aziz, ya Jabbar, ya Mutakabbir, ya Awal al-Akhir, ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن وبارك وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم.
Okay, thank you very much to our fellow friend Sheikh for that very beautifully recited dua. Okay, dear respected guests, advisors, and fellow friends, ready? Start up! Is a COVID-101 survival kit webinar session to better equip students with the knowledge of creating and executing a startup regardless of the situation. You could say we're doing this to make you guys better prepare lah for any situation, especially pandemic, okay? This session will be delivered by our respected guests from the Malaysian Global Innovation and Creativity Center, in short, MAGIC, and another one is Youth Ventures. So they are experts on the field of startups. Through this, we will able to enlighten us as well as provide us more exposure and knowledge on startups to all of us who attend this webinar. Okay, so remember that. And a reminder to all of you guys watching, do follow us on Instagram at the agency underscore at the agency ADGNC like agency underscore. And don't forget to tag us on hashtag ready startup and hashtag unicorn to be. Don't forget, yeah, because this is your best opportunity to have free publicity, okay guys, and to be famous if you want to become an influencer, okay guys. And also, at the end of this session, we will have a quiz for you guys. And if I'm not mistaken, our guests say the price is grand. They will give us like iPhone 12, PS5. I don't know lah. That's what I heard lah. So if you want to win the prize, just wait until the end, okay? Okay. And also during the quiz session, for the we will be using Kahoot, and so if possible, we want you to put your Instagram handle so that we can easily contact you. So before we start our occasion for today, let us get to know a little bit about our guest. Okay. Okay. So our first guest for today is Mr. Khalid, or just call him Khalid. He is an executive under the Marketing and Community Outreach of Malaysian Global Innovation and Creativity Center, in short, MAGIC. He is handling programs and events for the startup ecosystem and works closely with ministries, So he works with the government. So like a very big achievement there. He has over 2 years of experience of the economy startup in community engagement programs. As we speak, currently he is coordinating Kembara STIE, which stands for Science, Technology, Innovation and Economy, bersama Mosti with YB Khairi Jamaluddin. Abah, wow. The Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation to give awareness and innovation that impacts businesses. He's also one of the spokesperson that represents MAGIC on the university level. Our next guest is the handsome Mr. Hanif Marzuki. He is the founder and chief executive officer of Youth Ventures. Youth Ventures. He is a community builder who is on a mission to help youth to achieve their passion. Youth like us, because we need passion. You need passion. Prior to the pandemic, he travels across Southeast Asia to talk about innovation, entrepreneurship, and sustainable development goals, in short, SDG. Previously, he was the co-founder of QTix, which is a Magic Accelerator Program Cohort 1, and Eat This. Eat This, not IT, Eat as in makan. Eat This, which is a University Entrepreneurship Masterclass Cohort 1. And for your information, he was also named Vulcan Post Top 10 under 13. Let's give him a clap. That's a big achievement, Voila! So, without further ado, let us give a warm welcome to our first guest, Mr. Halik, to start off our occasion for today.
All right, thank you so much, Amma. So I guess, hi, good morning and assalamualaikum to everyone. So first of all, I would like to say thank you to Adgency and also the lecturers for invite to have us this morning punya webinar session. So today the webinar is a layback. So in the middle, if you have any question, you can just type in the chat. So later on we can take a Q&A. So basically my name is Muhammad Khalid. I'm from Magic Cyberjaya. So right now I still coordinating for STIE as Amma said. And we have a lot of program, even though right now it's a pandemic COVID-19, but we from physical event we shifted to webinar session. So most of our training classes, even though big events such as E-Nation, we do virtual. So anything you can check out our website is mymagic.my. Okay, so basically, what is a startup? Startup, as we know, is a young company or a new company. Even though you are a student, you can build a startup, because a startup is we start from ideation stage, which is if you can see, they have three logos below. So Grab is one of a startup, because Gap, Bukalapak is one of our alumni. So previously Gap start their startup since 2000, if I'm not mistaken, is 2014. So they came to Magic previously by using the name is My Taxi. So My Taxi is their very first idea to have a startup. So then they join our program. They go to Silicon Valley for 2 weeks. They learn a lot about startup journey and get funding. So they started their businesses about 10 million revenue. Then from from e-hailing, they provide services, they provide, now they have a transportation, they have a food industry and everything. So Bukalapak is one of our alumni also. This startup is from Indonesian. So as in Malaysia, we have a Shopee, Lazada, but for Bukalapak is one of the very famous in Indonesian. So Indonesian people will use Bukalapak to buy their thing and everything. Okay, so siapa yang pernah dengar Magic before, or anyone that already come to Magic previously? Okay, so I guess no one come to Magic. So okay, so this is a Magic. We located in Cyberjaya right now. We have two, one in Cyberjaya and one at Borneo, which is at B744 Sarawak. Okay, so Magic is not a startup company, but we help a startup in terms of the startup ecosystem. So Magic is discover and empower technology startup, social innovator, which is previously we call it a social enterprise, but right now under Mosti we shifted from social enterprise to social innovator. So social innovator ni later on I will share to you what is social innovator. So we started Magic started from 2014 by our former Prime Minister and also former President of US, Barack Obama. So we already create a lot of programs, training, and also a lot of startup that already impacted by Magic. So right now, as Ahmad said just now, Magic is an agency under Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation mostly. So Magic, we facilitate navigate the ecosystem that to help the startup to build their from ideas from the early stage, which is ideation stage, until you have already have business. Okay, so since 2014 until end of last year, we already have more than 1,000 program. We have a lot of startup that already impacted, and even though the individual already impacted is more than 100,000. So based on economic impact, we have created about 1.9 billion. Is I think is quite high. I think this year we already more than 2 billion economic impact. Okay, so why Magic is the startup ecosystem? Because we have a lot of partners. We have an accelerator partner. So accelerator partner, this one is more on how you want to accelerate your startups. And even though we have a support by government agency such as Credit that give you funding or seed funding, MDEC is more on digital technology. Even though SME Corp is for SMEs and also technology based and also MathCap. So international partners. So why Magic is important? Because I give you a simple example, which is GrabCar. So GrabCar is a local startup company, which is the founder is from Malaysia, but right now they already penetrate into Asian markets such as Indonesia. They already go to Thailand, Philippines. So they get our advice because we have an international partner. So for example, you want to penetrate into Indonesian market. So we have partners from corporate and also government from Indonesia. So they learn about their policy, about their regulatory. So everything they can come to. So even though you guys have a startup, like 2 years or 3 years, then you want to penetrate the international market, you can come to Magic, get our advice, get our help. Also, we have corporate partners like Petronas, Tashengo, Maxis. Other than that, benefit partners. So benefit partners, for example, I give you an example is if we do a program like Hackathon, so you have go to 3 days. So a lot of prize winning that you can get from our partners also. So of course, we have investor partner. So investor partner will come most of the time is during our demo day. Demo day is a pitching. We call it for short term is a pitching day. So pitching day ni maknanya macam I think kalau you guys tengok right now yang tengah dekat Netflix is a startup. which is a Korean drama. So that drama you can tengok macam mana that is how magic do. That's how magic have a big program, which is we're not focusing only on for local startup, but we also have an international startup. Okay, so this is a magic punya important role in the startup and also social innovation ecosystem, which is we have a lot of touch point. We have a target group, like even though you are a university student, because we already kita dah lahirkan a lot of potential use punya startup. They already go through from ideation stage. Right now ada yang dah go to which is funding stage, that diorang dah memang ada yang dah establish, and also diorang ada yang dah make a profit. So in Magic right now, our target group is an aspiring entrepreneur. As you guys sekarang ni, we consider as an aspiring entrepreneur. We want to spark your mindset to have a startup in future. So also we are focusing for tech startup like drone technology. Macam yang sekarang ni memang yang paling top is a drone technology. We have like AI, VR. So we have a social innovator. So okay, so Magic roles is a navigator, enabler, and facilitator, and also aggregator. So navigator is more on capacity building. So capacity building ni is important because macam mana you guys nak make a connection. For example, you have a business in agency. So you guys make a design, you guys make a content. So dengan siapa yang you guys akan connect is all the startup around local startup or international startup. Maybe you can provide, for example, GrabCar. So they have a startup, but they don't have that capacity to do like marketing, to do like anything that regards to like social marketing, digital marketing. So this is why Magic is important to build capacity building. So of course we have a market access, which is macam mana you guys nak go through the program training. So macam mana you nak tahu about our market right now, about our economy, siapa you punya target markets and everything. So we have a funding side like I just said just now. So this funding and regulatory policy is more on late stage, which is late stage ni is stage di mana you guys already established you guys punya startup, and then at the end of the day you guys nak cari funding. To secure funding, so you guys have to ensure that early stage and also middle stage you guys dah complete and TikTok lah. So in Magic kita akan provide you, even though you come to Magic, like you said, okay, I have an idea to do logistic services or agency services, but how I want to start. So in Magic we can guide you from A to Z. Okay, so this is what I said just now. This is a startup life cycle. We have middle stage, early stage, middle stage, and also late stage. So in Magic kita ada provide all the program from for every stage. So for example, community. So community, the best thing is kita ada Grill or Chill. So Grill or Chill ni is a platform for you to pitch your idea, to validate your idea. So I think before this, Anip also one of our judges for Grill or Chill. So basically you pitch your idea about 5 minutes, and then we give you a validation, apa yang you patut ubah, apa yang you patut tambah, maybe any kind of, or you can pivot your business module. And also we have events, we have workshop. So workshop ni ada yang workshop free, ada yang workshop yang akan berbayar. But anything you can check out our website, because right now most of our webinar is FOC, which is free of charge. Okay, so Hackathon. So I think if you guys watch startup K-drama too, you guys know about Hackathon. So Hackathon is a 3 days program. So first day you will have like ice breaking, and then you will go to the workshop, and then at the end of the day you have the pitching session. So pitching session ni is macam you guys tengok, normally dia kalau you nak secure for funding is about 2 minutes or 3 minutes punya pitching lah. So pitching ni is like you dekat university you do a presentation. So macam mana you nak cantikkan you punya pitch deck, macam mana you nak ensure that the investor suka dengan you punya pitching, kita guide. So after you have a hackathon, and then contohlah let's say kalau you as a top 3 winners, So sometimes most of our hackathon we will provide co-working space, which is we have a co-working space in Magic. So you guys can start your business in our co-working space. You can start produce product or services. So we have a middle stage. So middle stage is more for bootcamp, even though mentorship. So later on you can try mentorship platform. Even though you have a final year project, you can go to our website, go to mentorship. So this one is a one-to-one sharing session, to one-to-one advice. You can get advice from our expertise. So this platform is for free. You have a 30-minute session. You can check all our expertise in, for example, in digital marketing, we have expertise in startup company, we have expertise. Okay, so we move to late stage. Late stage is, for example, I give you Accelerator. So Global Accelerator Program is a program that we have a 4 months program across the world. We have 1,000 application, but only 30 startup will selected around the world. So like this year, we have a demo day. If I'm not mistaken, it's on 1st of December. So later you guys can check in our website. So you guys can join the pitching session for free, which is we call it demo day. So dekat situ you guys boleh tengok macam mana diorang pitch dalam masa 3 minit to secure diorang punya funding. Because this year, of course because of pandemic, so we shift everything to virtual. Okay, so this is some of our Magic alumni startup. Okay, so if you guys go to KLIA 2, you guys can see the border pass. So border pass ni is more to make you convenient or in term of you tak payah nak pergi chop passport because you can just scan and everything. So Pantang Plus, this one is a social enterprise. Right now we call it a social innovator. Pantang Plus is a confinement services, which is they train single mother, they train golongan yang tidak berkemampuan, diorang banyak lah, maknanya diorang training all these selected people to become untuk jadi diorang punya daycare during diorang punya confinement services. So easy passer, of course, mana yang suka shopping, macam I think girls, of course diorang suka shopping everyday. I think always ada dekat checkout. So I think you guys most of the time you guys use easy passer. Okay, you guys boleh tengok video ni dulu. Ya, habiskan.
And always follow your passion. Be prepared for lots of hard work, but it's all going to be worth it in the end. Kami mana, ya, sama mana kami dulu ya dulu kami.
Okay, so that one is social enterprise. So now we call it social innovation. So social enterprise ni is more on you have a beneficiary, which is you create a startup. You train their startup, like you train you guys punya workers. For example, golongan B40s, single mother, like even though OKU. So that one we call it social innovation. So social innovation ni you have a startup that you inject in terms of innovation and also creativity in the businesses. Okay, so I want to share you one thing, which is what is a USC? USC is the University Startup Challenge. So basically kita dah run 2 tahun. So 2 tahun ni kita baru habis this year punya, which is last month. So dekat sini we call all around the Southeast Asian punya startup, and also right now we are focusing on local university. So we have a lot of application, but only about 30 startup will selected, which is from university. As long as you are active, you can join the program. So in University Startup Challenge, we have 2 tracks, which is social innovation and also technology track. So during these 3 days, you guys will have a workshop, mentoring, and also demo days. So this concept is same like hackathon. Hackathon like you see in startup K-drama tu is the same thing, but this one is more focusing on university sahaja. Okay, so this is the picture of 2019 punya USC, because this year we have do remotely, which is fully virtual. So we have like workshop, we have the ice breaking, we have mentorship. Kalau you guys boleh tengok the second picture about our mentor giving their advice to all the university students. And also this is one of startup, the champion for 2019. They do like monopoly, but for the objective is for entrepreneur. So basically they pitch their idea in front of judges, and top 5 will pitch their business and or what we call it startup in front of our minister. So like this one is the champion, the top 3 or top 5 we call it. Kita akan dapat the prize winning. We have a co-working space that kita akan provide diorang 3 bulan untuk diorang create diorang punya product and services dekat Magic, and diorang akan dapat the opportunity untuk join our program, even though berbayar, tapi untuk diorang kita akan bagi for free. Most of our program is free untuk yang ada this benefit. Okay, you guys tengok video ni. This one is about our USC 2019.
I learned how to kickstart our innovative ideas to make it reality, because idea alone is not enough. So the strategies, the techniques on how to make it reality.
As a mentor of this University Startup Challenge, I think this program is a really good program, but it helps to expose university students to all these entrepreneurship, startup, and pitch deck at such an early stage.
The most important point actually about this is that we are in like engagement of anecdotes and like the feedback about our startup that previously we don't have this opportunity. The mentorship really benefits us as students, because the division of mentorship, such as the financial, the startup itself, pitching, and everything is really good done by Magic.
Participants are amazing. They have amazing ideas. They have amazing drive and amazing spirit. And it is amazing to see that this generation of entrepreneurs actually want to solve a problem rather than competing.
The thing I really like about this program on the right spot is the design part. So
So I really love to learn how they design the website and how to put the spacing so like make people interested with your website and interested with your company itself also. I would say US is very magical.
I think this is the best program that I joined in my life.
Okay, so that's the idea how you want to build a startup. So next year, if you guys still active students, which is you guys still belajar dekat UiTM, so you guys boleh join our USC because we provide you all the requirement, which is we provide you accommodation, we provide you F&B, we provide you training, we provide you mentorship and everything. So you guys just datang sini, bawa you guys punya idea and also the startup, pitch your idea to secure your funding and you can start your business. Okay, so I think that's all from me. So anything about Magic, you can check out our website, mymagic.my. You guys can follow on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also LinkedIn. So basically, in terms of professional punya site, you guys can check our LinkedIn. Anything? Okay, so if anything, any question later, we have a Q&A session later. So you guys boleh tanya during that time. Or if you guys nak my email, later we can just PM tepi lah. Alright, I think I hand over back to Amar. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Khalid, for that informative session today. To be honest, I think all of us never knew that Grab started as a startup company, a business, because when the first thing that we think of when we say Grab is about food, it's about hailing services. So it's quite surprised to see that Grab really took the phrase by Drake, started from the bottom, now we here like that lah. So we can learn a thing from Grab. Also, from what we can see, from what we learn from Magic is that this support started from A to Z. I think a lot of people have this perception of like if they want to start up a business or whether it be a business or product or services, they must go to a bank and have a loan in order for them to be financially sustainable. So it's very good to see that Magic is providing this training, providing these funds, so that we people, the Malaysian people, can can become entrepreneurs themselves. Thank you very much, Halik. So moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on, let's welcome Mr. Hanif to continue the occasion.
Hey guys, Assalamualaikum. Okay, can I start now, Amma?
Yes.
Yeah, can you see my screen, my slide?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. Thank you, Amma. Thank you, the Adgency. Thank you, UiTM, for inviting. I hope I'm going to share my screen. Enter full screen. Okay, can you see Startup 101? No?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, Amma, thank you, UiTM, thank you, Adgency, for inviting. Also, especially thank you to Magic, Khalid, and Azim for recommending us your venture. So today I just gonna do a brief sharing about startups. So because I was given 30 minutes, so I think so it's my responsibility. After these 30 minutes, you've actually had the basic understanding of what is a startup. So just now, Amma had given his definition of a startup. Khalid has given his definition of a startup. Now it's my time to give my definition of a startup. So as you guys can see, you can define startup ni in many ways. So semua orang akan ada dia punya personal definition, and even the Korean K-drama pun dia ada personal definition. So as of now, we're gonna learn the general term, and we're also going to learn on generally how to start a startup. So my expectation is by the end of my session, if you're interested in entrepreneurship, by all means you can start a startup, and I will not teach you lah, but I will share to you on how do you actually start a startup. But if you want to contribute to the society, it doesn't mean that you need to go to a startup. You can just contact Khalid, or you can contact us at New Ventures, and you can join our company and be part of the startup community. So the startup community in Malaysia is very diverse. We actually have a lot of successful companies. Tapi it is underrated lah. Maksudnya it is successful in the sense of financially, it is successful across Southeast Asia. People know their company, but when they first started, people tak tahu pun, oh, they're actually a startup. For example, tadi Azama said My Taxi kan, Grab. So Grab started off as My Taxi, gotten grant from Cradle and MDEC, and when they scale, they actually move their HQ from Malaysia to Singapore. And then if you can see now Grab, they are a super app. They have Grab Wallet, Grab Food, Grab Bike, and I mean in Indonesia they have Grab Bike, and their presence is in across like 4 or 5 countries in Southeast Asia. So the thing about startups like Grab, startups like the Lorry, Exabyte, so that's just to name a few. They all started off small, but when they grow big. Why? Because they have proper strategy, and when they started off with the right mindset. So right now, I'm going to share to you for about 30 minutes on how do you redefine your business understanding. That's number one. I would like to redefine your understanding about entrepreneurship, your understanding about startups, and ultimately, I hope I can inspire you to at least be part of the ecosystem. Okay, so first and foremost, a bit about us. We are Youth Ventures, one-stop platform for youth empowerment. We help brands to reach out to youth. So we've helped brands, government and private brands across Malaysia and also across Southeast Asia. So as written in my profile before this, prior to the pandemic, I went to Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia. I mean, across Southeast Asia to talk about startup, to talk about entrepreneurship. I mean, part of my business and part of Youth Ventures punya business is actually teaching people entrepreneurship lah. Part of it, but majority of it, we do a lot of cool things lah, revolving around youth. So we have quite a number of initiatives. These are all the for-profit initiative. We also have the not-for-profit initiative, like Kami Malaysian, where we help to train youth to become like more. I mean, in terms of more leadership punya level, but these are the for-profit punya initiative. We have Youth Ventures Club, Cyberjaya, and we have a women empowerment hub called Oh My Bay. We also do a monthly, macam 2 kali seminggu punya festival in Cyberjaya called Lorong Belakang, and we also do esports training, so called Shakaran Gaming. So we invest in and we initiate youth related ideas, meaning to say that ideas founded by youth and run by youth. So hence why we work together closely with Magic, because Magic is the guy you want to work with if you want to enter the startup ecosystem. So if we were to give impact to the youth community, specifically in startup, that's why we work with Magic. So a few things that one of the programs that we work with Magic is University Startup Challenge. So as you can see tadi ada my face yang ada rambut. That's how long lah we've been doing University Startup Challenge, daripada rambut sampai tak ada rambut, sekarang tumbuh balik rambut. Right, so USC is a very amazing program. Last year we had it about the same time as now, bulan 10, bulan 11. Last year prize money first place it's 5,000 ringgit. This year it's 15,000 ringgit first prize. Kita naikkan 3 kali ganda kan, Magic naikkan 3 kali ganda. So hopefully next year lagi banyak lah. So hence why it is at my best interest to inspire you guys to at least start something. Not buat business ke apa, at least start something, start an impactful initiative, start something that can solve a problem dan sebagainya, supaya next year you guys can experience lah joining USC. You know, I always tell my friends lah, my young friends, especially you guys lah yang dekat-dekat dalam university, actually start fast so that you can fail fast, because at the end of the day you can succeed faster, right? So there's no issue in failing, there's no problem in failing, as long as when you fail, especially when you're starting out business, as long as when you fail, you learn from it, you get something out of it. Okay, so I will start my session, but just a heads up to everyone, if you wanna, let's make this an interactive session. If you have any question, please, you can shoot inside the chat box, and then let's make this an interactive session in the sense of I will have a few activities where you need to reply or respond inside the chat box. Okay, so kita akan pergi mana yang kita boleh, and kalau dah tak kalau dah nampak dalam 11 tu, I will stop lah. So again, you can follow me at the Marzuki. So I've been doing this for quite some time. I started my first company when I was at 18 or 19. And then the reason why we moved so fast is because we joined Magic. So in 2014-15, Magic started off. We were actually one of the first cohort for Magic Accelerator program. So we do a lot of cool stuff lah. At first we were the beneficiary. Kita menerima manfaat daripada Magic. Macam you nampak tadi kan, ada stage by stage kan. We go through all the stage. Pergi program, masuk accelerator, gotten investment and whatnot. And then after that, now it's our time to give back to the community. Hence why we call it an ecosystem. Dia satu benda yang circular. Okay, so we do collaborate with we do collaborate with Magic. So ada question kan, we do collaborate with Magic. A few things that we collaborate with, we also do USC, macam all the boot camps, youth related boot camps, Chill or Grill kita ada pernah buat. And then how do we receive benefit kan? Although we are in two locations right now, we are in Cyberjaya and we are in Johor. In our Cyberjaya location, we actually rented out Magic co-working space. So it's a place where you can actually meet up with people, like-minded people, and tak rasa macam ada competition tau. Although there are different companies inside the co-working space, you actually ask help from them instead of competing with them. Okay, so let's start with our very simple small exercise lah. Okay, salesman, businessman, and entrepreneurs. So there's a salesman, there's businessman, there's entrepreneur. So apa beza salesman, businessman, and entrepreneur? Quickly inside the chat box, okay, someone write down dalam your mind apa perbezaan salesman, businessman, and entrepreneur. Very quickly. Salesman buat direct marketing, salesman tu jual je. Okay, betul, salesman tu jual je. Okay, so semua orang fokus kat salesman kan. So let's go through one by one. So I believe that you guys pernah dengar Herbalife, Kobe, Tone Excel, One XOX dan sebagainya. So and then when you join the program, of course you need to pay to join the program. You need to sell something and then they will call you, oh ini usahawan muda dan sebagainya, right? So that's not the case. If you join all of those program, you are considered as a salesman. Okay, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in being a salesman. I'm just explaining to you. So you can be a life insurance agent. You can be anything. Tapi you are considered as a salesman. You have a product which is created by orang lain, and you are selling the product. So again, there's nothing wrong in doing it because I've seen a lot of people getting rich by just doing that. So businessman, yes, Adlin, as Adlin stated inside the chat box, works at the executive level. So executive level, decision making, corporate level macam Petronas, macam NASA. So NASA previously NASA founded by an entrepreneur, but NASA kan the father, and then father passed away, anak take over. So the anak take over, anak run it like a corporate company. So this is why you look at the anak-anak NASA ni, dia tak panggil a top entrepreneur, dia panggil businessman of the year. Sebab dia kat top level executive. So Azrin Mazuki cakap kan, jual insurans tu kira salesman. Yeah. So the act of selling insurance, apa-apa yang berkaitan dengan the act of selling, and if you do not own the product, you are considered as a salesman. And trust me, there's nothing wrong in being a salesman. Sebab okay, either you become a salesman or a businessman or an entrepreneur, you will learn something. I've seen a lot of successful entrepreneurs prior to starting up their own business, they join MLM. Which is, macam for me kan, tak ada masalah pun. I am a very chill guy. Nak join apa-apa, join. As long as, number one, you're joining a legit one. Number two, when you do really well at it lah. Macam buat betul-betul. And then you succeed at it. Kena berjaya. Because, buat apa nak join kalau tak berjaya kan? So, there's nothing wrong. So, when you join companies like MLM companies, the skills that you get is sales punya skills. So there's nothing wrong. Sama lah Azrin, Fingo dan sebagainya. So I won't macam touch on specific companies, but basically MLM companies, they are melahirkan salesman. So when they say dia melahirkan usahawan, tu dah salah dah. So you can say, oh, there's something wrong with the company. Dia macam nak menjual kan. So that's why it is, you need to be clear on the term. So on entrepreneurs, you look at 99 Speedmart, Ramli, so Air Asia, Tony Fernandez. So for entrepreneurs, their sole job is they solve a problem and they monetize on their solution. Dia menyelesaikan masalah, dengan dia punya penyelesaian tu, dia membuat duit. Contohnya 99 Speedmart. Founder dia, it's an okay if I'm not mistaken, and aim dia, problem dia lah, dekat kawasan, tak ada kawasan rumah, tak ada sundry shop atau tak ada kedai runcit yang murah. Yang ada pun 7-Eleven, and it's slightly expensive. Or Ramli contohnya, back then during the 80s, during 90s, tak ada daging burger halal dekat Malaysia. So hence why Datuk Ramli Mokhtar, they started off Ramli sebab untuk menyelesaikan masalah tiada daging burger halal di Malaysia. So if you put yourself in a perspective, the easiest definition of an entrepreneur is seseorang yang menyelesaikan masalah dan membuat duit menggunakan penyelesaian, menggunakan solution dia. Okay, so we move on to macam lagi orang kata heavy. So not heavy lah, macam deep inside it. So salesman, entrepreneurship. So tadi kita ada businessman kan, kita tolak tapi businessman. So businessman ni macam orang-orang korporat lah. Let's settle like that. So we have dekat Magic, you have Entrepreneurship Program and you also have Social Entrepreneurship Program. So apa benda pula tu kan, Social Entrepreneurship kan? So Entrepreneurship Program, dari salesman, you have a product, you sell it to people. Simple, tak ada complicated sangat. So hence why you do your marketing material. Dropship pun dikira sebagai salesman. Dia masuk sugar bomb ke, masuk yang jual kasut, dropship, semua tu kira salesman. And then how you sell, macam-macam lah. Facebook ke, you sell Instagram, digital marketing, do your own website dan sebagainya. So for entrepreneurs, you have an idea and you create a product based on your idea. And from what you've created, you sell it to the market. That is entrepreneur. Very simple. Ada idea, buat product based on the idea and then jual. And then finally, kita ada social entrepreneur. Social entrepreneur ni, the reason why I would like to share to you guys about social entrepreneurship is because Magic has a lot of initiative juga on social entrepreneurship. And I believe next year there's a lot of funding, there's a lot of money in social entrepreneurship. And ni kira bottom line, we need more social entrepreneurs dekat Malaysia. So kenapa kita perlukan lagi ramai social entrepreneur? Social entrepreneur, dia ada idea. And then they create the idea, turn it into a product or a service, and then they sell the product or service to their customer. So when they are selling, they are actually creating impact to the society. So itu dikira sebagai social entrepreneurship. Contohnya, kalau ada orang buat macam buat kedai baju, kedai baju, tapi yang menjahit baju tu ialah ibu tunggal. So maksudnya setiap baju dijahit akan memberi duit kepada ibu tunggal kan? So imagine like that. So setiap kali the product is being sold or a service is being sold to the consumer, impact is created dekat society. So another good example is Tom's shoe. I believe macam it's a global brand, TOMS, Tom's shoe. So kasut Tom's. So Tom's ni is a $1 billion company. So sales dia memang $1 billion, and the value of the company itself, the value of the brand is a $1 billion brand. Tapi Tom's is actually a social enterprise. So that's why when you buy Tom's shoe, kan, you buy you buy one shoe, you donate one shoe to the needy. Nampak tak? Setiap kali beli, you actually create impact to the society. Orang yang perlukan kasut dekat Afrika, dekat ni kan, you will donate that to the needy. So that is social entrepreneur. So dekat dalam Malaysia, dekat dalam Malaysia we have a lot of cool social entrepreneurs, macam Athena, buat sanitary pad, so and just to name a few. And in New Ventures we have Oh My Bay. So Oh My Bay, we help victimized women. So if any of you, kalau ada masalah, mental health problems, you have sexual harassment problems, I encourage you to go to www.ohmybae.org, ohmybae.org. We have a chatbot over there. So you, especially for victimized women, you can go to the chatbot and tell us your problem, and we will try our best to refer you to the best option lah. If it's a police case, police report, we will refer you to our police punya counterpart. If it's macam perlukan legal punya action, we'll refer you to people who can help you in terms of legal. We also have cases macam anak kelahiran anak di luar nikah contohnya, ataupun kejadian macam victimized woman yang diperkosa contohnya. So we also help cases like that. So ada ni Azri Marzuki tanya, entrepreneur ni do the product to be like new or lain-lain, dan can we just use any product yang wujud but different marketing strategy? Okay, again, any product yang wujud different marketing strategy, it is called as the salesman. Even if you open up a new company, you don't own the production line of the product, you are considered as a salesman. Unless, contoh, kalau ambil kismis, letak dalam kotak tu redesign baru. Then boleh kata macam entrepreneur lah. Boleh dikira sebagai entrepreneur. Meaning that kismis tu, your brand is your own. When you're an entrepreneur, means that you own the brand. Anda miliki produk tersebut. Okay, and then entrepreneur tak semestinya produk tu baru. So hence why, okay, baru kita masuk startup. So startup ni, okay, these three are an example of a startup. I believe you guys are familiar with these three companies. So apakah persamaan ketiga-tiga company ni? Okay, online, yes. Unicorn, yes. True, they are unicorns. Smarter version of an entrepreneur, okay, true. Okay, so before I go into this, nak jawab soalan Amar inside the chat box. Yes, Adidas apa yang dia buat tu, it's a social innovation. Dan so tak nampak kali kata kan, Magic dah tak Magic dah move on from social entrepreneurship to social innovation. So right now we are seeing trends where big companies they buat social innovation. So and then Magic have a lot of fundings, a lot of opportunities within that. Within that. So the similarities between these three companies is, number one, they are a startup. They started off as a startup, and number two, they solve painful problems. So that is the difference between normal entrepreneurs and the startup entrepreneurs. Startup entrepreneurs, number one, dia kena ada satisfy 3 benda. Number one, dia kena menyelesaikan masalah. Kalau anda tidak menyelesaikan masalah, you are not considered as a startup entrepreneur. Hence why you go to look at all the pitching session, it always started off as the problem that I am solving. Okay, so menyelesaikan masalah. Number two, they solve the problems using innovative solution. Okay, innovative solution. Apakah maksudnya innovative solution? It is something different, something yang tak ada dalam market. Hence why tadi ada question, if for example, if you're macam ada product kan, you resell the product, you are considered as a salesman. But if you have a product, you repackage the product, I can still consider you as an entrepreneur, but you are not a startup entrepreneur. Sebab there's no innovative solution. Okay, and number three, startup usually okay, number one, solve problems. Number two, innovative solution. Number three, most of the time, they use technology as part of their solution. Most of the time, they use technology as part of their solution. So, sebab tu tadi ada startup K-drama kan, kebanyakan startup itu semuanya ada teknologi punya elemen. So, it is because, investors, when they invest in a company, they will look at these three things lah. Whether you are solving a problem, whether you are an innovative company, and whether you are actually using technology to solve the problem. So Uber, Netflix, Airbnb, they use technology. And as of now, you look at them, they are a $1 billion company. So tadi kalau nampak kat poster, the Adgency post kan, they use Airbnb as a use case. And especially nowadays, during the pandemic, sepatutnya company macam Airbnb, which is a travel company, lingkup tau. Tapi why they are still surviving? Because of number two and number three lah. They are innovative and they use technology. So kenapa when you are innovative, you can succeed during pandemic, when you use technology, you can succeed during pandemic? Because during pandemic era, macam era pandemic sekarang ni, zaman pandemic, if you are not innovative, meaning if you don't move fast, okay, innovation means moving fast. I mean the simplest definition lah, moving fast to solve problem differently. But if you don't move fast enough and do things differently, you will be left at the back. So you can't do business zaman pandemic sebab people are scared. No, people don't want old solution, they want something new, right? And number two, why you use technology is because technology is scalable, boleh dikembangkan. boleh dicapahkan. Okay, apa maksud scalable? Contoh macam Grab kan. Grab started off as a simple food app. A simple transportation app. Tapi dia scalekan dia punya teknologi tu to solve problems within food, to solve problems within delivery dan sebagainya. So that's why I use technology, sebab scalable. Okay, so the similarities between these two companies, they are a startup, solve painful problems, they are innovative and they use technology. Okay, so ada soalan daripada Arin Muzuki regarding social entrepreneur. Public service announcement is part of it because it gives something to the society. Okay, perbezaan social entrepreneur dengan NGO adalah social entrepreneur, you do impact but at the same time you do profit. So kalau NGO ataupun iklan public service announcement, you only give impact but you don't actually make profit out of it. Now you can't, I mean, if you are an advertising agency, okay, if you're an advertising agency that that promotes products ataupun services menggunakan macam style public service announcement, maybe you're a startup yang I mean you're a social enterprise within the advertising industry. But if you just solely do public service announcement, PSA, tak, that's not the case because you only memberi impact tapi you can't make profit out of it. Okay, so let's go for the next one. How to build a startup? Solve problems step by step lah. Go back to tadi 3 benda kan, startup kan, solve problem, be innovative and use technology. So we look at the most simple startup lah. MyTaxi started off in 2012. They rebranded into Grab in 2015. So the reason why they rebranded is because in between Uber came in to the market. So Uber came into the market, they need to compete with Uber dan sebagainya, and then long story short, they rebranded into Grab. And then now you see lah, they changed to Grab Food. I mean they have added in Grab Pay in 2018, and then they added in Grab Food, Grab Delivery dan sebagainya. And I believe MyTaxi back then dah mencapai dah dia punya aim, which is to actually help Malaysians with logistic problems and transportation problems. So as you can see during pandemic, berapa ramai orang yang dapat job opportunities being a Grab Food driver, yang hilang kerja tapi jadi Grab Delivery ataupun Grab Food punya rider kan, dapat job opportunity. So I believe Grab is walking on a fine line between entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. They don't tell themselves, they don't coin themselves as a social entrepreneur, tapi dia orang macam they call themselves as a tech startup, but they also do, I mean, apa benda yang dia orang buat tu disebabkan mereka menyelesaikan masalah, masalah orang, they actually create a positive impact to the society. So give another example of a startup, Shopee. Shopee is a startup, right? Lazada also a startup. So apa benda bisnes yang mereka buat, memberikan kebaikan ataupun manfaat kepada two side, to the customer and to the seller. So it doesn't mean that they are a social entrepreneur, but they still do create impact. Sebab apa? They solve problems. Okay, they solve problems on the merchant side, the sales side. They solve problems on the customer side. Okay, so what the next one? The best way, dah we are 11:14. This is, I would say, my second last slide. Okay, the best way to actually solve a problem, to actually build a startup is to start with a problem. And here I give you a very simple format on how to solve a problem. Kenapa kena ada format ni? Sebab it's like this. If you start with an ayat ni, macam start with a problem statement, your train of thoughts akan berjalan. Macam, okay, how do I solve this? How do I make money with my solution dan sebagainya. So the reason why I always teach, okay, start with a problem statement, and I give a structural understanding of what is a problem statement, sebab I want people, when they habis lepas ni, your brain akan fikirlah, okay, what problems do I solve? Apa masalah Petronas selesaikan? Apa masalah Huawei selesaikan? Apa masalah Apple selesaikan? So semua company, a great company, they actually solve problems. Okay, so very quickly, final activity lah. A, B, C, D. Uber, Shopee, Foodpanda, and TripAdvisor. Quickly inside the chat box, tell me what's the problem that they are trying to solve. What is the problem that Uber is trying to solve? What is the problem that Shopee is trying to solve? What is the problem that Foodpanda is trying to solve? And what is the problem that TripAdvisor trying to solve? So can anyone tell me very quickly inside the chat box? Okay, we have Zafira Amran. Foodpanda solves my empty stomach problem. Exactly. So you means that you are the customer segment, and kalau perut lapar, you can call Foodpanda. Tak payah keluar, you call Foodpanda. Okay. Workers are facing traffic issues because they drive their own car. Transportation issues because they don't own a car. Yes, betul, betul. Zafira, betul. Also give job opportunity for those who are in need. Can we have problem statement for Shopee and TripAdvisor? Shopee and TripAdvisor. Shopee helps me find literally anything that you need online. Yes, betul, betul. TripAdvisor trying to solve problems in and find a great hotel apartment with a good review. Betul. Okay, so nampak tak? Kebanyakan semua startup company ni, they are all solve problems, and kadang-kadang everyone have their own definition of what they solve. So that's why people keep on using, I mean in America, you keep on still on using Uber. Kat Malaysia, ya, dia pakai Shopee, still pakai Foodpanda, pakai TripAdvisor. Why? Because they solve problem. So benda ni bila penyelesaian masalah across all business lah. Macam mana you nak promote your business? Always start with a problem. And when you talk about problem, orang lagi relatable. Zafira, yes, Grab dah beli Uber in Southeast Asia. They bought Uber in Southeast Asia. Yes, betul. So that's why when you want to build a startup atau when you want to start a company, always start with masalah apa yang saya nak selesaikan. Okay? So I hope you guys, I mean, it's 11:15, 11:17 now. Sorry for the agency terlebih 2 minit kan. But I hope you guys dapat apa yang saya nak selesaikan, saya nak sampaikan. Tapi I just want to touch on the final question by Zafira sebab very interesting. Why harga Grab dah naik? Sebab no competitor here. Sebab Grab punya aim bukannya nak buat business. Their aim is to solve problems. Kalau dia naikkan harga, jadi tak menyelesaikan masalah lah kan. Even they are in a position to monopolize, they don't. Because when they started off their company, yes, they want to make money, but ultimately they want to solve problems. So you need to understand that punya ni lah. So thank you Zafira for asking that question, because macam jadi full circle lah pasal solving problems ni. I actually have other things macam competitor deficit, kita akan sentuh ni. Just go through. If you are interested to know more about all of this topic, I'm not the only guy yang ajar, banyak je orang yang ajar. Hence why you need to go to Magic. You go to Magic's website. There's a lot of programs, there's a lot of initiative for you to learn at Magic. If you want to learn digital marketing, you want to learn about AI, technology, blockchain, tanpa ada background in those field, go to Magic. Because they provide, I mean, on this level, at your level, Magic is a great place to learn. And at my level, Magic is a great place to start business. So the step-by-step process. Hence why I said, I started off 19, and now Alhamdulillah I'm here, trying to give back to the community. So buat full circle lah. Okay. So I think that's all from me. I'll pass the floor back to Amma. Thank you again. Thank you Magic. Thank you UIT, and thank you the agency for inviting me. If you have any issues, any question, you can follow us at youth.venturas Instagram, or you can follow me personally at the Marzuki. So I'm gonna write down sebab I'm bad at WhatsApp semua, but if you message dekat Instagram, cepat je reply. So if you have any question, just hit me up at the Marzuki. Yeah, I realized, Azri, your father's name is Marzuki. Look, I am your father. So Amma, floor back to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hanif, for that very wonderful session. I think from what we can learn from Hanif is that not just like startups, but overall business, they have to have that 3 elements also lah. In terms of solving a problem. For example, like when you open a cafe, why do you want to open a cafe? Is it just like to sell food, or is it like a place where people can enjoy food and connect with each other through the beverages, through the foods? That's one of the things about that business or in general can learn. And another thing is about technology, because right now we're living in a 21st century where everything is online, especially during this time of the pandemic where we cannot go outside, right? So everything from our groceries, to our basic needs, to our foods, everything is online. So businesses in general have to diversify from being like a typical, for example, a restaurant, from a typical bakery to from a typical kedai runcit. They have to diversify and make it by using technology through Instagram. As we can see, like now there are many businesses are doing that. So thank you to Hanif for reminding us. I think we can learn also for us, like as students. I think we have many ideas, but at the same time we don't know how to execute the ideas. So this session by Hanif was really informative, and also I think that I might be able to start up my own company after this. Thank you very much, to Akil. To Hanif. So moving on, right now we will have a Q&A session. Okay, guys, please be sure to leave your question in the comment box. If you have any questions, just please leave it down. Also, I have one question that I've solved from Akil from before. This is a question regarding dah makan, yeah. So this question is from Akil Kamal. He asked, is dah makan a startup inspired by Grab, or is dah makan just a pirated version of Grab? So our guest, can you answer the question, please?
Can I take this question, Khalid?
Can, sure.
Okay, so you need to understand, kadang-kadang cara buat memang sama, tapi it doesn't mean that they are copying. So dah makan, if you look at dah makan, they only focus on one thing saja, which is food delivery. And now dah makan dari brand jadi pop makan, pop food, pop meals, if I'm not mistaken. So the best way to answer your question is dah makan is not a copycat. What they are is they are a competitor to GrabFood. They are a competitor to Foodpanda. So the way dah makan handles the business is different as compared to Grab, as compared to Foodpanda. So if you want to say, did Grab copied Foodpanda? Boleh, mungkin betul, sebab similar business model. Pergi sana banyak-banyak restoran. Kalau dah makan, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm not mistaken, they own the supply chain, meaning to say they masak makanan sendiri. Yeah, so that is dah makan or pop meals. Yeah.
Makan cook your own meals, eh?
Yeah. So they that's why they can control the quality of their food. So because they actually when you go to dah makan punya website ataupun sekarang pop meals punya website, it's very specific. Dia tak pergi, you don't search by restaurants, you search by food. Yeah, so hence why it is different. When you go to, even the experience is different. You go to Grab Food ataupun Foodpanda, the first thing that you need to do is you look for restaurant, right? So you go to dah makan, you look for food. So there's a lot of ways to solve about it lah. Tapi it's like macam air 100 plus dengan air Nescafe. Dua-dua bagi tenaga, tapi different thing. Right? Okay?
Okay, I have a personal question. So Magic provides a USC program, right? So how are we students going to be able to like have that program? Are we supposed to approach Magic directly, or Magic will approach us, students?
Means you want to join our USC, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so basically USC is a platform for university startup to grow dia orang punya businesses. So basically we only open the platform like next year maybe we start open the application on July maybe. So you guys need to approach us. Basically kita akan hantar all the invitation to all the universities, which is we have local universities. It's more than 30 universities. So you guys just check out our website. You guys just participate, just register through our website. You guys, as long as you guys are active student, you guys boleh masuk without problem. As long as you dah ada idea and nak build a startup, because kita akan guide from the USC.
Okay, thank you very much, Khalid, for that. This is a question from Azri Mazuki. He asked, how about Mudah and Carousel? Are they considered as a startup?
Yeah, they started off as a startup. So if Mudah is one of the earliest startup in Malaysia. If you know, Mudah ni start zaman-zaman dulu. And Carousel if Carousel started off, where we started based in Singapore, and the founder when they started the company, they were 25 if I'm not mistaken. 25 ke 24. But both Mudah and Carousel memang they started off as a startup. Yes.
Okay, I think I saw the question from Azri. Okay, so basically I'm memang sarankan and try to be an intern in Magic because like previously I was a interns in Magic on 2018 because previously I was a Masscom student which is I'm from CMP juga. So I finished my intern on December 2018. So after that I terus masuk sini. So with me right now is Azim Jeffrey, which is we call it AJ. So he also one of our super intern. So dekat Magic ni, you guys boleh learn about our ecosystem even though you guys don't have any idea yet to build a startup. So bila you masuk intern in Magic or you work in Magic, you already have a interest to do a startup because even though some of our staff or intern diorang dah start dekat sini lah, diorang create even though business online, diorang create diorang punya sendiri like jadi dropship because diorang dah ada mindset to be a entrepreneur or to be a startup. So even though as for me, I'm also running a Kami Malaysian with Use Venture punya team, which is one of our colleague, Hanif colleague, which is Aning. Yeah, so kita run that Kami Malaysian like NGO for youth. So everything bila you masuk Magic ni, you automatic you akan ada interest to build a startup because you dah tengok banyak startup yang berjaya. You can do a networking even though tak dapat kerja sekali dekat Magic pun, you have that networking with all the startup around the local company. Even though we cross agency, kita rapat dengan kementerian, so dekat situ you guys can get a lot of exposure. Not even though as a agency student pun kat sini, even though kat Magic kita ada department buat content, kita ada yang handle the design to give any kind of input. Sebab kat Magic ni intern kita tak treat as a intern, kita treat as a worker. So maknanya even though you as a intern pun, kita bukan you datang office pagi you buat air untuk kita orang, tak. Maknanya kita ada task untuk you guys sendiri. So most of the company you guys masuk, you guys okay kau kena print benda ni, and then okay tolong buat air, tolong jaga ni. But in Magic macam AJ sendiri, kita bawa dia even though macam I pergi meeting with ministry level, I bring my intern to get nak bagi diorang dapat exposure because macam tu juga I dulu. Waktu I intern, I get that all the exposure.
Okay, so this is a question from Adeline. She asked, memang all startup perlu investor ke?
No, not really. So the thing about startup is the reason why startups they have investors is because maybe the technology that they want to build terlampau extreme, ataupun they want to grow macam from contoh 1 to 1 million for example, and you need an investor. But to actually start, you can actually start with whatever you have right now. Macam even for us at Ventures, we started off with whatever we have, and then when we got traction ataupun dapat orang gunakan kita, use our service and we got money coming in, and then investors start calling, we start looking for investor. Sebab kadang-kadang masalahnya ialah you don't have a proven business model. Bila tak ada proven business model, investor tak nak invest pun, especially in Malaysia. So we are not like Silicon Valley, US, ada idea je orang invest, ada idea orang invest. So if you want to build a startup, jangan letak mindset yang kena ada investor. No, what you need to do is kena ada profit lah. You need to make profit. You need to have good business model.
Okay, this is going back to another question from Akil Kamal just previously. He asked he asked regarding hackathon lah. He asked hackathon tu memang nama event di worldwide. He asks hackathon.
Yes, exactly.
And is hackathon like the drama series startup? They portray hackathon as like all those codings. Is that exactly the same as hackathon? Is that hackathon itself?
I think there's two sides kot. One is idea hack. Macam Magic ada idea lab kan. Dia ada buat idea based hackathon. So usually orang yang tak tahu coding dia akan pergi situ, akan buatlah ideation for 2-3 days. But hackathon by definition, kalau pergi kat mana-mana pun, hackathon is like for example 48 hours or 54 hours program, 2 hari 3 hari, where you build products. So bagi contoh, kalau for example you guys advertising punya students kan kata okay, let's create a competition where students buat daripada konsep sampailah recording and keluar final outcome untuk satu advertisement, 1 minute advertisement for a product within 3 days. Itu pun dikira sebagai hackathon juga. So hackathon is an act of doing something which are coming out of product within a short amount of time.
Okay, thank you very much, Anil. This is a good question from Izzat Ibrahim. He asks, in terms of networking, what is more valued, a large connection of people or the right connections?
Networking kali. Orang betul ke ramai orang?
Okay, so you need to know large of people. Maknanya you kena kenal dengan semua orang, but you need to find the right people that you want to connect. Like for me, okay, during my intern in Magic, so I kenal semua orang. I kenal Hanif as our trainer. I kenal his colleague. So macam mana I approach diorang is we have a same interest. So for example, I nak build a NGO. So I approach Hanif and then I ask him how to build a NGO because Youth Venture also diorang ada that specific target audience. So dari situlah I build a connection. So dekat situ you akan dapat the right connection. Because in doing a connection dekat Magic ni, you have a broad punya connection. You have a lot of startup that you can connect and everything. So but you need to find the right connection yang you nak connect for your business or for your future.
Okay, thank you very much, Khalid. Next one, this is a question by Zafira. She asked, I was wondering, in your point of view, between products and services, which one is better to sell in the future? I think she is referring to also in terms of Magic. Magic is provides funding and also training. I think she relates to that lah. In terms of like the overall experience you guys have.
Zafira, I will answer macam there's no difference in selling product ke service. Ada orang boleh jual product, ada orang boleh jual service. Always start with solving a problem. Tak kisahlah kalau jual product ke jual service ke, if you start off with solving a problem, in the future if people still face that problem, they will still use your product. And you need to innovate lah, whether it is a product or a service, continuously innovate so that you can keep up with time. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Hanif. That's a good question actually. That's a very good question. Okay, this is another question from Azri. He asks, does Bumblebee by Shuaib is a good startup company? Or is it even a startup company, considering he is like considering he got like a banyak dana from others, and also he's a celebrity also lah, because considering he was a comedian.
So Bumblebee is a company, it is a brand. Macam tadi when I go back, apakah definition startup company tu? 3, menyelesaikan masalah, it's innovative and it uses technology. So I don't think, I mean maybe Bumblebee hit 2 out of 3 ataupun 1 out of 3, but if you ask me personally, okay, this is my personal opinion, it is a good company, but it is not a startup company. It is a good brand, and maksudnya dia punya hook, people go to Bumblebee not because menyelesaikan masalah, people go to Bumblebee because it is a good brand. So itu dah different category lah. It is a good brand. Yeah.
Okay, I also have a personal question of mine. As we know, Apple iPhone 12, they released this year and they didn't come in. The product didn't come with a charger lah.
Mm-hmm.
The reason during the unveiling of the iPhone, during the Apple event, they said that they didn't provide the charger because they want to save the planet in a way, and also they said that people from the iPhone users from the previous from the previous users can use the charger from the old chargers again. So is that considered as a social entrepreneurship? Because not all for me, in my opinion, iPhone's approach is 50-50, because not because the people who buy iPhone 12 doesn't necessarily have to be iPhone users themselves. It could be other platforms as well, like Android from Samsung. They could try what they want to become more part of the Apple ecosystem. So when they say that they want to make it more sustainable to help the environment by not including a charger, and also to people can use the previous chargers from there, I disagree lah. So what can you say from that? Is that
Okay, before we go into iPhone, let's go to iPad Air. So if you look at the punya iPad Air, it is kata sustainable lah, using recycled materials, and then dia pakai all this bamboo lining and whatnot kan. So that can be considered as a social innovation. But in the case of Apple, okay, Apple is like one of the biggest company in the world, and the reason why they are in that position is because back then Steve Jobs is an innovator, and after Steve Jobs passed away, they actually hire good marketers, a good branding expert. So if you ask me personally, again, this is personal, tak ada. I can't give you very straight answer. But if you ask me personally, it's maybe 50-50 lah, as you said. Maybe the core idea asal dia tu is good. But when you scale up the idea, bila kita cerita pasal not just satu orang, dua orang, kita cerita pasal 10 juta orang pakai iPhone, or 100 million people will buy iPhone kan, it's actually a move where they want to cut costs. But they can't tell you that they can't tell you that okay, kita tak nak bagi awak charger sebab we want to cut cost. No. So hence why they need to give a reason lah, and the reason berbalik mungkin daripada asal niat dia bagus lah. Niat bagus. But is it considered as a social entrepreneurship versus innovation? I don't think so. Social innovation by its bare definition, it's innovation itself. Maksudnya bukan ada kan tak ada kan? No, it's perubahan. So that's why I touch on iPad Air, the latest one, because they are using recycled materials within their production dan sebagainya. So that can be considered as a social innovation.
Okay, this is a question from Azri. He asked, is Houseboom music social entrepreneurship?
So Houseboom is a marketing company. Houseboom itself is a marketing company. Hence they divert in many punya marketing act lah. Macam they do event marketing, and then they do music marketing, macam Houseboom music, and they do food marketing via dia punya produk Houseboom, air Houseboom, and then energy drink punya Houseboom tu. So it is a marketing company. So okay, so when tak ada masalah soalan so the thing about social entrepreneurship is, again, dia kena satisfy these three things: menyelesaikan masalah using technology and innovative. Tambah keempat, creating impact to people, planet, people or the planet, giving impact to the people or the planet. So empat benda lah. Problems, kena ada menyelesaikan masalah, innovative, using technology, and they give impact. So kalau masuk ni, yes, give impact. But kaki seni can be considered as a social entrepreneurship initiative. So sebab Houseboom dia business kan, dia buat macam-macam business. But kaki seni dia focusing only on that. And Settle pun considered as a startup. Okay, Settle ni they considered as a corporate innovation. So sebab apa? Sebab it is not, okay, bila kita cerita startup, means that maybe Amma or Khalid yang buat company. But kalau kita cerita pasal Boost, Touch and Go Digital, Settle, kan daripada one big corporate company kan, dia buat corporate innovation. So it's an internal startup lah. It can be considered as a startup, but it is an internal startup from a company. Yeah.
I have a question. As we know that Magic and New Ventures provide training and for startups, and you have you can say collaborated with many startup companies. So from your point of view, which company was most successful during you guys punya boleh katakan training years lah, macam when you handle a specific company, which was the company yang paling menjadi?
I think this was prior to you ventures. I actually met, you guys know Sekolah Fund? Sekolah Fund, Kita Fund. So it's a crowdfunding, one of the first crowdfunding platform dekat Malaysia. I am proud. I mean, back then when they first started, we actually talked together lah. We actually had a session together. So I am proud of Sekolah Fund and Kita Fund both by same founder. So if you want to know, Sekolah Fund ni dia provide scholarship tapi menggunakan crowdfunding. Kita Fund ni, if you look at video Yusof yang raise funding untuk COVID kan, dia pakai Kita Fund. So I believe locally they are quite successful. On my side, the Magic, they have worked with all the successful startup dekat Malaysia ni, semua dia akan touch point lah. Magic semua, Grab, The Lorry, iFlix, all these big companies lah, mesti pernah touch point dengan Magic. Macam on our side, because we handle more on student-based entrepreneurs. So I don't think you've heard of the company macam Bazar Rakyat, Senang Print, WhatsApp.me. So those are the companies that we help lah during USC.
Yeah, but I think I nak add on Hanif's point. So in terms of Magic punya side, as from my point of view, I really interesting in terms of a startup that called Serve, SERV.
Yeah.
By the founder itself is a warga negara, which is Encik Arif. So kenapa I suka this startup, because they came to Magic, they just Encik Arif tu dia just walk in into Magic reception and then cakap okay, I have an idea untuk buat car services by, maknanya you tak payah pergi bengkel, people will come to you to do services. So dia datang dekat Magic, they just approach our reception, cakap he has that idea. So dia start dia rent our co-working space about I think dah lebih daripada 2 tahun, and sekarang dia dah ada, diorang dah ada own diorang punya building. So basically diorang start dengan WhatsApp saja. Maknanya diorang blast diorang punya marketing is by using WhatsApp. So daripada situ dia join our program, dia join our training to get advice daripada kita. Dia buat dia punya deck dengan kita, and then dia secure funding. So dari situ diorang develop diorang punya apps. So right now dia dah secure funding, I think it's more than 300,000 betul?
Lebih, I think hari tu last I heard they are raising more than 1 million dah sekarang ni.
See, so
yeah, they are quite successful.
But bear in mind, you nak build a startup is not easy. Of course dia ada a lot of cabaran, you tak cukup tidur, you sampai dalam poket you ada RM10 kalau kita memang betul-betul daripada zero, even though kalau kita daripada orang yang tak berkemampuan. So sometimes kita just start with RM10 in the pocket, but now we can see that Encik Arif tu dia dah ada more, dia dah secure like Hanif said more than 1 million punya funding.
So if you want to know, this is the misconception of people kan, when in terms of building business or building a business lah in general. It's not buat hari ni besok terus berjaya. It is a step by step process. And I believe Khalid pun, we've been together since you were an intern sebagainya kan. So nampaklah on our side you ventures punya growth daripada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dan sebagainya. So it's actually a step by step process. So you need to understand that when you are building an entrepreneurship, when you are joining entrepreneurship, being an entrepreneur or building a startup, dia macam it's your daily life. It's hari-hari. Daripada tahun ni, tahun depan mungkin beza kan. If you're a student kan, tahun ni, tahun depan it's not the same. So you need to bear in mind with that lah. It's not macam terus jadi kaya.
Macam ni cakap lah, dia daripada rambut, tak ada rambut sekarang, and then sekarang baru nak tumbuh balik because dia terlalu banyak berfikir how nak growth dia punya use venture. So daripada you tengok dari ada rambut, tak ada rambut, sekarang ada balik. Maknanya
Betul.
Alhamdulillah dah stable lah kot.
InsyaAllah. Yeah.
Okay, we can proceed to quiz, but before that, I have one last question. Okay, this is really. I'm not sure whether everyone is aware of GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Okay, is GoFundMe considered as a crowdsourcing or is it considered as a starting up?
Okay, so you need to understand, GoFundMe is a startup, tapi dia punya business model is crowdfunding. So it is a crowdfunding website, but it is a startup. Startup ni macam mana nak cakap kan? Startup ni bahasa lain bagi syarikat. Kalau kita ada macam sinonim kan, perkataan yang sama, startup, syarikat, business. So it's the same thing. Tapi crowdfunding tu is a business model. Macam MLM is considered, is it a MLM company? Is it a crowdfunding company? Is it a manufacturing company? So dia bawah lagi sikit, the classification. Yeah.
Okay, thank you Hanif. Okay, now moving on, it's time for you guys to win prizes. Hi, Azim has provided a link in the chat box, so you guys can click that. And then, and most importantly, guys, when you are doing Kahoot, please enter your Instagram handle so that we can personally contact you later if you are the winner. Okay?
So maybe before that, I just nak welcome Izzat Razin. I think dia ada dalam ni tadi, nampak dia punya nama. So while you guys tengah enter, so Izzat is one of our event manager for Kembara bersama Mosi tu. So anything regarding events you guys nak belajar or nak hire diorang as a EO, so you guys boleh contact dia directly lah. So you guys can check out diorang punya Facebook, Realist. Diorang sangat muda dan diorang memang, you guys nak kerja pukul 3 4 pagi pun diorang okay.
Okay, as for now, we have 3 people who has entered. Yeah, come on, guys! This is your chance to become winners of iPhone 12, PS5.
Okay, so korang top 3 akan dapat our merchandise, which is we have tote bag from Magic, we have a Moleskine notepad, and also we will give you a t-shirt. So t-shirt dia macam Magic punya ni lah, kat belakang dia ada design juga.
Also, the opportunity to intern at Magic. Am I right, Kali?
Oh, tu kena go through our HR jugalah.
Amma, you are really a good salesman, huh?
Okay, we have Lila, we have Zafira Food. Okay, she's selling food, I think. We have Streamby, we have Zatu Shahira, we have Akilo.
So Zafira Food, dia jual makanan or dia suka makan?
So I think that's a combination. Combination. We have Adeline, we have hello, it's Najum, Isabel, we have Arina. So far, we have 17 people who have joined. We have 33 participants, including me, and we have also the guests. Come on, guys, meaning that we have to have about 20 plus people. Putri, Arina, Mehmed.
Kahoot is a startup.
Oh, Kahoot is a startup.
Kahoot is a startup. So
I thought Kahoot was by Yahoo.
No.
It's not.
No, it's not from Yahoo. It's by macam group of founders lah. I can't remember the name. Tapi it is a startup.
I think it's because Yahoo also have an exclamation mark. If I'm saying.
Yeah. So Yahoo is also a startup.
Wow.
And back then lah 1990s punya startup, sekarang dah kira sekarang dah tak lah. So Yahoo dah dibeli, dipecahkan dan sebagainya. History of Yahoo is very messy. So yeah.
And Boost is also one of the startup under Axiata.
Yeah, Boost, yes. Boost pun kira startup under Axiata.
How about Touch and Go?
Touch and Go Digital, Touch and Go Wallet. It is under Ant Financial, Alibaba punya company.
I thought Touch and Go was by the government.
Kan, no, it's by Alibaba.
So we have 19 people. Ada Malik. So we have approximately about 28 or 29 people to join. From there we can start.
I think we can start because I think that's all good. 12 orang yang register.
Boleh? 19 people Alright guys, good luck guys.
Kita start
Boleh.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, what is the full name of Magic? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, the right answer is Malaysian Global Innovation Creativity Center. Only one person got it right. Okay, who the one who is paying attention? Okay, Alif. Yeah, so give a clap for Sol. He's leading. Come on, guys. We've been saying magic many times. You cannot remember. 2014. How many inspiring and seasoned entrepreneurs has impacted by Magic? Okay. Come on, guys. I remember this one. I remember this one clearly.
Ya, dekat dalam slide pun ada.
Yeah, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, a lot of people answered. 150,000. Unfortunately, the right answer is 110,000. Only 3 people. Is it going to be Sol next? Yes, Sol is still leading. Oh no! No, sorry, my line was a bit laggy there. The next question. Which of the answer is correct about magic's rules? Ten seconds left.
Kita ada 10 sekarang ada yang 20.
4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, only 3 people got it right, guys. Only 3 people. Oh, Adam Malik still leading, guys. Next question. Which tracks involved in University Startups Challenge? Oh, 7 people got it right the first time. The first time the majority got it right. Nazatul has taken everybody by surprise there by being the number 1 right now. Okay. Who are the founders of Airbnb? Ten seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and only 5 people got it right. Also, not bad. And now Stream B is ahead, guys. Come on, PS5, iPhone 12. What is the problem that Airbnb is trying to solve, guys? Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, 11 people got it right. Nice, the majority. Nice. Oh, it shows that AXZCT is on fire. Okay, what does startup do? Okay, this goes back to its definition also. Three, 2, 1. Wow. Oh, 5 people. 5 people answered. Giving funding to people, man. Did you guys pay attention or not, man? Many times Hanif mentioned 3 things. The winner is my baby, Sol, Alif, and the number 1 person is ding 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 AXZCT. Give a clap to him, guys. Good job. He got 4 out of 7. Congrats to the winners. So the winners, we will personally DM you after the session. So congratulations, guys, for getting the highest score. XZCT, also known as Izzat, my classmate. So also to Sol and the 1 person. Congratulations for winning, guys. So before we end our session for today, we want you guys to fill in a survey for you guys to give us feedback. You guys can scan this QR code, this one. So right now it is 11:56. I will give you another 2 minutes until 11:58 before we wrap up. Okay, guys? Okay, guys, I think before we conclude, I would just like to ask Hanif and Khalid, is there anything that both of you would like to add up before we end our session for today?
Khalid?
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much agency and also the student of UiTM or maybe ada yang daripada luar. So if anything, you guys can check out our website or can follow on our social media. So anything you guys can just PM me later. And also in future kalau ada apa-apa interest in terms of nak build a startup or anything, you can just contact me directly. Maybe you can ask the agency team. Other than that, if in future kalau nak cycling dengan I'm open to it. Alright, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, just a reminder, guys. For those who have tagged for those who are on Instagram, do follow us at @theagency_ and tag us on #ReadyStartup and #unicorn2be. Okay, for those who did it, you guys are the best lah. You guys are the cantik. You guys are the handsomest. You know. Okay, thank you very much to our guests and also to you guys who stay tuned until the end to with us for this very lovely knowledge session. I am Ahmad Syahari. I am very sorry for all the mistakes I have done throughout this session. And I thank you all for joining us today. And thanks again for joining us, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.